All right, everyone. So the number one thing that we want to focus on to make sure that we're not feeling overwhelmed because of all the stressing things that we're going through that can cause us to become frustrated is this. You want to make sure that you are setting boundaries. What do I mean by that? Well, everything has its place, all right? And not everything that comes into your life at that very moment is what you should be focusing on. And you have to make sure that you're putting a safety fence around you, if you will. Visualize that. You know, when you have a home, you have a perimeter, right? You have so much land, and there's an invisible line around that house that you know that's your property, and that's your focus, and that's your boundary, right? So you're not expected to mow the lawn for your neighbor, right? You mow the lawn up until that line. You take care of your property up until that boundary that has been set, whether you can see it or not, right? So the same way, we need to set boundaries in our lives. So you can understand this better, I broke it down into 4 different pieces so we can understand how to set boundaries. And this is going to build off each other. So I'm putting it in an order so that you can understand how it feeds one another, so you can grasp this concept. So number 1, what you want to do is you want to set block time. And this is one of the key things in the school of time management. If you want to manage your time properly and you want to produce as much as possible, you can't do it unless you have block time. All right? And what that means is you schedule pieces of time, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, even a 15-minute chunk of time, and you say, during this time, I'm going to execute this task, and only this task and nothing else. Okay? So if you decide that towards the end of the year, you got a list of things you want to do, when you write all those things down, it can become overwhelming. And I know all of us been there. You look at this list and you're like, wow, there's no way I'm going to get all this stuff done. And then you start your day and you like that feeling of checking things off, right? We all love that. Checking things off because it makes us feel like we're making progress. We're really having an impact. We're being productive. And then at the end of the day, sometimes we look at this list and we only checked off 2 or 3. Now, why did that happen? Well, probably number 1, did you have block time? Did you say to yourself, from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., this is what I'm doing? From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., this is what I'm doing? And so on and so on and so on? Did you schedule a day just for that task? If you do that, you're going to find that you're going to have more freedom, because there's going to be a lot more white space in your life when you focus your time on a specific block to do a specific thing. So I'm going to further elaborate. In order for you to have block time, what this is going to facilitate, number 1, is going to highlight what's important versus not important. Okay? That's one way to look at it. So, if you have block time, and during that block time, you're going to go shopping, that's what's important during that block time. Nothing else matters but what you're doing shopping and the objective of shopping. You're shopping for a specific item. If that time is for studying, well, that's what's important during that time. Studying during that block time. Okay? Are we getting the picture? So during the block time, you should be doing nothing else but the task that you find important for that period of time. Because when you wrote that list, all those items were important. But guess what? Then, when you take that whole list, they can't all be at the same level of importance. Which is why you block off time for this task that you find needs to be done immediately on that specific day. Then you have another item that you feel is important to be done at a later time by that specific day. So now, during that block time, those specific things that you had as a task for that time, that's what's important and nothing else. Another way to look at this is things that are relevant versus not. Okay? Are they important and are they relevant? When you keep these two things together, then you know during that block time where you should be focused on. Only on what's important and what's relevant to the task at hand. So this way, when things come in during that time, you can put them through this. Criteria. Is this important? Meaning, is this something that I have to do right now during this period of time? And is this relevant? Does it have anything to do with the task that I'm doing? So if you're supposed to be studying, so you can get that out the way during that block time, and something new comes in there, like, something's on sale. Is that important? Probably not for that period of time. Is it relevant? Maybe what came in is relevant to what you're doing during that block time. So that kind of helps you put things through a filter so that throughout the day, as you're moving along, you can easily decipher whether or not you should focus on that item. Which leads me to the next point, which is remove. And we all suffer from this. Remove distractions. We are a distracted society, especially here in America. This little gadget that you have in your pocket or in your purse is one of the killers of productivity. It causes us to be distracted all day long, 7 days a week. That little gadget never sleeps. It beeps, it vibrates, we grab it, we have a text. We have an email. Someone liked our picture on Facebook. And this goes on continually throughout the day and obliterates block time. Completely overtakes what's important. Makes what's not relevant, makes it relevant. Because it distracts us from our goal. So as we enter the end of the year and we got so many things we're trying to juggle and we're trying to keep our stress level low, one key way to do that is to remove whatever distractions you have in your life that are not relevant and important during the block time. So when you block time, you should be turning off the world. Okay? That means no social media, unless that's what you're doing during that block time, right? No phone calls, no text messages, no commercials, no TV, nothing that's going to distract you. Even if thoughts come into your mind, you need to stop for a second and say, is this going to help me accomplish what I need to accomplish during the block time? Or is it a distraction? This is going to make you so much more productive. This little guide right here, it saved me hours, days, sometimes weeks of lost time. Do you know that the average person in America has been stated now that they watch 4 hours of television? 4 hours of television. So think about that. You take a break, you sit down. You are supposed to accomplish a task. And you decide that you're going to allow yourself to be distracted for a little bit. And you start watching TV. And those 5-10 minutes turn to a half an hour to an hour to 2 hours. And all of a sudden, you're catching up on Netflix on a whole season of some show. Then, at the end of the day, how do you feel? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you were productive? No. You were completely distracted, which then feeds into what? Frustration, because you're now stressed out because you haven't been able to accomplish your goal for the day, and now you keep getting closer to that deadline and you feel overwhelmed, and therefore every area of your life is affected because you're stressed out. So it all starts with block time, number one. Block time facilitates you to focus on what's important versus what's not important, what's relevant versus what's not relevant, and it helps you to remove distractions, because if from 9 to 10 you're supposed to be focused on one item, you are then forced at that point to shut everything off in your life and focus on what you're supposed to be doing. So this is one key area. The first one, setting boundaries using these elements here to help you stay focused and feel like you're being productive. So let's move on to the next one. Hello friends, so what did you think? Did you enjoy the training? Did you find something valuable in the information? Did it maybe give you new perspective? Or at the very least, did it serve as a reminder? Because sometimes all we need is a little coaching, right? Little reminders to help us understand what we're supposed to be doing and why we're supposed to be doing that. So I hope that you were able to take away some key things to help you manage your stress effectively as we approach the end of the year. However, I am going to send you part 2 and part 3 of this training via email so you can continue to figure out new strategies and learn new ways of being able to manage that stress so you can truly feel a fulfilled, joyful experience throughout the next upcoming months. However, I also am offering some advanced training. So if you want to take a deeper dive into your life and really do an overhaul so that you can, going forward at every level of your life, be able to conquer it and succeed at the highest level, well, click the button below and I'll be able to provide you some more information on how you can access that. So please watch the trainings that are coming up in your email and do everything you can to take care of yourself emotionally, take care of yourself psychologically, and take care of yourself physically so you can truly live a fulfilled life and experience the joy that life has to offer. So thank you very much and have a great day or night.